Hi, Neil Cannon here. Thank you so much for your purchase. In the next few minutes, you'll get that delivered to your, or the access details delivered to your inbox. In the next minute or so, I'm going to be joined by a leading authority in the area of human performance and also health. Now, Dr. Engler actually works with the leading athletes from all over the world, like world-class athletes, NFL players, basketball players, baseball players, golfers, and he also works with the likes of Hollywood stars, celebrities, movie stars, billionaires, CEOs, and he helps people resolve their health problems when Western medicine has said there's pretty much no hope. He works with people with terminal illnesses and he gets them better again. A truly remarkable guy. So we are going to be sharing with you some ways to accelerate your results beyond the 12 pillars of reversing inflammation, and that's through some supplements that we're going to be talking you through. So stick with us and get yourself a coffee or tea or coffee, or pause this video, because what you're about to find out is some truly awesome, remarkable, life-changing information. Hi, Neil Cannon here with Dr. Engler in beautiful Arizona and in Scottsdale. People come to see Dr. Engler because they instill trust in him. He's got a fantastic reputation. If people aren't able to come to Phoenix in Arizona to be individually tested, are there some kind of top-down, base level measures that people can take? I mean, obviously, other than the inflammation program that I've completed for people and getting results for already, we've got these supplements here in front of us for a reason.
Sure.
These are some of the best kind of anti-inflammatory supplements that you have, which can accelerate results. I wanted to ask you, what makes these supplements amazing? How can people accelerate their results by using these three awesome supplements?
Yeah, so let's just start with this product first. It's Optimum Protein. Basically, it's a protein powder designed to reduce inflammation in the body. In terms of why would you buy products that are from my company versus someone else? Some other business? Well, there's a number of reasons. First, I served as a scientific advisor for the White House, and I helped develop the drug testing protocol for dietary supplements for the NFL. So we've tested thousands of products before we ever got into selling supplements. The main reason why we got into selling supplements is we're doing research on the raw materials, and I would go to lecture and people would say, where can I buy that? And I would say, well, we don't sell it, we do research. And people get angry and they would say, well, I would rather buy it from the guy doing the research than buy it from another guy that doesn't know what he's doing, right? Just selling it.
Yeah, right.
And so what you see, if you watch what most guys do, especially younger guys that maybe don't have experience yet, they buy based on ads and colorful packaging. They don't buy based on knowledge of the ingredients. And so what we've done here is I have these products are made in facilities that are free of banned substances and contaminants. And the reason for that is I cannot take the chance on my reputation and credibility that someone would take this product and get harmed or test positive for something that should not be in it. Secondly, we test everything for label claims, so we make sure it's at the time it's manufactured, we guarantee it'll last legally 2 years, but practically I know this stuff will last 4 years. But legally we have to put a timeline, and we just say 2 because it's conventional. Then in terms of, we use dosages that we've tested these dosages on people. So like we would measure some markers in their blood, we would use a product at the dose we recommend for that patient, and then we retest them, and we got improvements. So we know they're effective.
Tried and tested.
Yeah, it's effective in the real world under real world conditions. It's so we have tremendous research behind the individual ingredients, and then on actual formulations we have real world evidence. So this isn't like I funded a study and I need results because to justify my expense of the study. This is patients paying me, we're selling them the product, and then they come back and get retested. So they're paying us again, and then they see the results, and then they're continuing to move forward and do this process because they see the results that they're experiencing. A lot of times people would say, man, I've seen that same product cheaper elsewhere. I mean, like a label or something. And what they lose out on a fact is, it's like saying I have a car and you have a car. Well, there's a lot of differences between let's say like a Yugo and a Hyundai, and the price point's there, and buying a Bugatti or a Ferrari or a Maserati, right? Now they're all cars. So what happens is when people can see it, they get the recognition and the value right away. But you cannot see molecules. You can't see the difference. So what I say is, well, it's real simple. We make it easy. You try it, and you should get the results that we claim you will experience, or we give you your money back, and we don't hassle, we don't stress people out. What most people wind up doing, because of our reputation, we have an average of 1,500 active patients each month that are buying stuff from us. And they know if I say it works, they take it, they expect it to work. If it doesn't work, they'll call me, and then we'll discuss it, and then we refund their money. Or if it's a guy, let's say, that just bought supplements and he's never come here for treatment or something, we'll give him the option. Why don't you just apply this credit to consult with a physician and get some treatment? And the main point about that is the people know we really care about them getting better. So we make it easy for them to get better, you know? Our average client stays with us for over 16 years.
That's incredible.
There is no supplement company in the world that can make those claims. And the reason is we actually take these products ourselves, we put them in our bodies. I physically go to the manufacturing facilities and inspect them. I have 23 years of college. I have extensive experience in testing laboratories, measuring the components in various dietary supplements. So that's just kind of like the overall, let's say, concepts, philosophies.
Cool.
Now, in terms of specifics, we talked about Optimum Protein, and we talked a little bit about company stuff. You know, here's where this product is good for people that need more protein, but they react. They have a lot of allergies to different foods, so they're not sure what to eat because maybe it upsets their stomach or they get body aches. This product was designed to reduce inflammation in ways that you have less aches and pains. So there's application for people with cancer, has people with all kinds of rheumatoid arthritis or autoimmune conditions, has people with all kinds of inflammatory conditions. It doesn't matter if it's a woman with, say, endometriosis, if it's a man with prostatitis, or if it's someone with issues with the liver or kidneys. This product will benefit them because it reduces the production of inflammatory substances called cytokines. And cytokines are not super well known by most people, but they're becoming more and more, let's say, of a household term, because for years they were like the missing links. So it's kind of like, you know, doctor runs labs on you and everything's normal, and you're just like, man, my elbows are killing me. And you're like, why couldn't you find anything in my blood work? You know you're in pain, but the blood work doesn't show anything. And it was because we didn't know how to measure these cytokines then. Now we know how to measure these cytokines, and there's study after study showing that typically the cytokines are referred to as like interleukins. And there's things like interleukin-1 beta and other types of interleukins that when they're high, we have more pain or swelling in our bodies. So they're definitely pro-inflammatory molecules.
Right.
Amazing. So by taking this, ideally 2 scoops a day, but if someone was, let's say, on a budget, they could do 1 scoop a day to make it last longer. It just may take longer before they see results.
And what I love about it is it's all plant-based with no allergens in there at all.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
Wheat, gluten, yeast, soy, animal or dairy products.
Yeah.
And there are no artificial flavorings, I believe.
Yeah.
It's all real ingredients. I think the smaller, the shorter the ingredient list, the better, isn't it, really, with these kinds of things?
Yeah, so the reason why we deal with people with very serious health issues, you know, and a lot of those people have challenges with certain types of proteins. So what we did here is we made this product using plant proteins that have been proven to be hypoallergenic, meaning people don't react to them. And that, because I don't know, like let's say before someone comes here, I don't know what their reactions are, right? We haven't tested them yet. So I need a tool, you know, protein that they could take to keep their amino acid levels and their energy levels up and repair damaged tissue. But at the same time, if I don't know what they react to yet, because the blood work isn't back, I gotta make sure it's hypoallergenic on the front end.
Sure.
So then that way, we got something to help someone right away.
So this is really possible for anyone to take this?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I take it and I don't have any type of inflammatory conditions right now other than, I have osteoarthritis that's, in my joints, as we've talked about. It's from all the years of, heavy lifting and abusing my body, competing.
Ex-Olympic powerlifter, by the way.
Yeah, I loved what I did. I had a lot of fun.
Airplanes along the
Yeah, ran with airplanes, lifted trucks, the fun stuff.
Usual.
Yeah, usual weekend.
Yeah, usual mid-20s and six.
Yeah.
So the next one is Gut Defend. I've recently done, there's a whole part of the inflammation program about the importance of having a healthy gut for getting rid of inflammation. Like 60% of the immune system's in the gut, and most inflammation and disease starts in the gut. So Mr. Engler and Dr. Engler here has this fantastic product called Gut Defend. So can you quickly talk us through this one?
Yeah, so basically we came up with the name because we had a bunch of clients, and this product, I want to say maybe 10, 11 years ago, we had clients that had colitis and Crohn's disease, and we were trying to, find commercially available products to help them. And I wasn't seeing much results, and when I looked at the research on what was being done, basically the dosages used in the research lab were considerably higher than what was available commercially. So for example, products and research at that point were using billions of organisms, but the stuff on the market was like 1 million.
Oh wow.
So it was 1,000, the stuff on the market, it was 1,000 times or more weaker, right?
Right.
So then as I started looking into this more and more, I was like, well, while some people may feel better taking, the probiotics that were available at the time, most people it just wasn't enough. So most people were like, I don't feel anything. Well, if you need 1 billion and someone gives you 1 million, they shortchange you by 1,000 times, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to feel a difference or get a result, that you're going to notice. So we wound up finding that there was research done on a particular form of bacteria called Bifidobacterium lactis HN09. And so what we did is we made sure that one capsule of these has 50 billion of that organism.
Wow.
And then we have another 50 billion, let's say, of space in this, and that's 3 other bacteria that are, probiotic, they're good bacteria, and all of them have been shown to reduce inflammation throughout the body. One of the ways they do this is they inhibit inflammatory genes. So the probiotics actually influence our own genetics.
My goodness.
So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
And so anyway, what we found is that people taking this, for the most part, that were, I'd say, colitis or Crohn's, they were better pretty quickly. I have had cases where we've had to go to 4 or 5 a day because they were so severely impaired when we met them. But after we got them stable, eventually most of the people will be able to take one capsule of this every 1 to 3 days. So what happens, that's another point I didn't make earlier. The reason why people want to take the stuff that we sell is because first we make sure it works on real people, but secondly, if they listen to our suggested strategies, over time their healthcare expenses go down.
Amazing.
Not up. Yeah. So it's kind of like this. So imagine I measure all these molecules on you, and after I measure all these molecules, half there's nothing wrong, right? You're perfectly fine. But now I could tell you, hey Neil, there's nothing wrong with these pathways. So unless something majorly happens with you, we don't have to worry about them anymore. Instead, we focus on the pathways that there's known problems for you. Well, now instead if you go to a doctor and another doctor and they run tests that don't even have value for you clinically, you now know the types of tests you need and what to monitor. So when you go to a doctor, instead of waiting for them to suggest something, you could say, these are the tests I would like run.
Yeah.
Because my medical history tells me these are where I have my problem areas. So now you don't waste money over and over again on the wrong tests, or tests that just don't tell you anything that will help you. And so because of that, we typically can get someone close to pain-free within the first few minutes or an hour.
Incredible.
But then over time, we keep them pain-free by addressing the micronutrient levels and stuff. This is one tool right now. our current product has 100 billion organisms. I'm working on, I want to be the first company in the world as a product with over 1 trillion.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Well, because I think it would actually work that much better, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing I'll tell you, years ago was pretty obvious that if someone had like symptoms, we have diarrhea or constipation. Today, as organisms have evolved and people become more resistant to symptoms, you've got people can have very serious issues inside and not even know.
Never know about
right?
it. Yeah,
because there's not like excessive gas or diarrhea, so they don't know what's going on. Well, I want to be able to create a product that will help people, even in all the areas of their health they don't even know something is wrong.
Yeah.
And the rationale, I mean, think of this from a business model. I want my clients to be pain-free, be able to physically move and do anything they want, and outlive everyone else. If I achieve those goals, guess what? My clients refer more people to me.
Yeah.
So now we make more money.
Yeah.
So I figured out a way to basically make sure my patients or clients get results, and by them getting results, they help drive our business. Because, I mean, think about in your case, we help you with something that's serious. Now, let's say if your mom or your dad or some family member gets sick, where are you going to send them? You're going to send them to a place you know produces results versus a place. Yeah. But it just makes sense, right? And it works the same way. You know, if I was fixing your car and I did the best job ever on your car, now anytime someone has a car problem that you know, you can say, no, go to this guy because he did what no one else could do.
Yeah.
Right? It's just purely logic at that point.
Absolutely.
And so one of the other things that we do is, as new research comes out, we'll take the same formulation and improve it. So in an area like probiotics, I was doing some stuff last night, and you know, the trend over time is that now the number of studies is going up exponentially that's being published. So today, they're saying the gut microbiome can control, yes, inflammation, but specifically blood pressure. It can impact heart function. It can impact pain in your joints. It can impact hair loss and hormone levels.
And brain health.
Brain health, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is so many ways of the body. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things like, you know, you want to make sure people have all of their vitamins and minerals. And, you know, traditionally we would say fish oil because, you know, the fish oil fights inflammation as well. I think that probiotics will surpass fish oil, though.
Oh, wow.
So I think pretty soon it's going to be like, in terms of a priority, you know, a really good multivitamin mineral that covers all the bases there, and then maybe a really good probiotic. And those two things will stack the deck in your favor, so you're more likely to get, you know, healthier with less inflammation versus the opposite, which is less healthy, more inflammation.
Right, fantastic.
Yeah.
You mentioned your gut health can improve hair growth. Well, you didn't actually say that. You said it affects hair loss.
Well, I was talking about.
I'm going to start to take this for that reason alone.
I was talking about the probiotics. Again, research on controlling inflammation and around the body, these pathways, and it's being explored right now for, you know, preventing hair loss or enhancing hair growth. I think in the future you're going to see studies showing that a particular strain, you know, helps people grow more hair.
And you're coming out with this, aren't you? Saying you're going to get me my hair back.
Well, the new, I tell you what, the new version we come out with, I think it'll impress you in many ways.
Amazing.
Including your hair.
if you can grow me my hair back, I'll love you forever.
All right, I'm all about love, man.
Final one, Boswellia
Yep.
Plus.
So basically, what got my attention about this product is over the years, lots of herbs are shown to help reduce inflammation pertaining to arthritis in animals. And then when you try those same plants in humans, it just doesn't pan out. Like, you know, so you get an animal that's got some, let's say, arthritis, they take an herb, and they're running around like pretty fast, like a day or less. And then you have a human who's got, you know, arthritis and got pain, can't move, and they're going to take something for maybe, you know, If it's a pain blocker drug or painkiller, it might be the same day they feel better. But most people 2 or 3 days. And then what I started finding is that as I was looking into this stuff, that there's a product called Boswellia that the right composition can actually regrow cartilage.
Wow.
And so then I was like,
And
okay.
you have another one called cartilage.
Yeah, so now we have, so this thing basically, I look at this as inhibiting inflammatory substances that control cartilage growth. So when you take this product, you kind of remove those unnecessary molecules. And now your body could repair and rebuild cartilage faster. Now, we also have the actual molecules used to make cartilage. So we have what's called cartilage peptides. And there's a study from Penn State where I went to school. I believe that study was done after I graduated. And it basically showed consumption of the cartilage peptides increases cartilage thickness in every joint of the body. So what if we took both now? Because they work through different pathways. If we took both, maybe that would be a big benefit. So I can tell you right now, we sell tons of this stuff because people just like the way they feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. That's Boswellia Plus. The research here is just phenomenal. So I'm going to put a link for these 3 supplements under the video that you're watching now, and you'll see quite a few interviews with Dr. Engler and myself on my channel. If you want to learn more about what he does here in Phoenix, it's just extraordinary the results he's getting for people. So yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you again for your time.
My pleasure.
Really happy to support your business and help heal lots of people all over the world.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.